Hi, everybody. Today we're going to do a class that's focused on increasing our overall body stability and balance. So we're going to be doing a lot of balance work. You're going to need something that emulates a yoga block, 2 of them, and that could be like a book or a foam roller, and then you're going to need 2 pillows of the firm variety. And that should be it. So two block-like things, yoga block things, and then 2 pillows as well. So we're going to get started on our backs in just like resting shavasana. We're going to start there. So we'll be fully laying on our mats, like this. So just make some space for yourselves. Spread your legs open wide and your arms open wide to your sides. And then press into the back of your head to lift your shoulder blades off of the mat and then tuck them underneath you and like hold them together. And then using the backs of your heels, lift your tailbone off of the ground and then just tuck it underneath so that you're resting more on the low or on the sacrum. So you kind of release the low back. So we're starting on our backs. And start to close your eyes. And just bring all of your awareness to your breath. And not necessarily deepening it at all, just noticing it and taking all of your awareness there instead of whatever you have going on today and tomorrow and the next day. With balance and stability in our bodies, it's something that we often overlook as something integral to our overall health. But really what balance and stability lets us do is it keeps good posture. It keeps the longevity of our body a long ways down the road. And it helps with overall mobility and anything in life. I mean, it could be, walking, running, all of that, but especially as we age, we tend to lose our posture, like an upright posture, and we lose muscle tone in our body as well. So when we build stability and when we build balance, we're actually working on strengthening all the stabilizer muscles in our body, and that includes our outer hips, our glutes, our legs, our ankles, and our core. So all of that all has to do with our balance and promotes stability in the body. And it translates into all areas of our life. So as soon as we get out of bed to the moment that we hit the pillow at night, balance goes into everything. So keeping the eyes closed, let's start to deepen the breath. If you just are joining us, we want to be all the way on our backs, like this, in Shavasana pose. So start to tune into the breath again and make sure that you are breathing in and out through the nose to start. So closing off the back of the throat. And then maybe you place your right hand on top of your belly and your left hand over your heart so that you can feel the rise and fall of your belly as you inhale and exhale. When we inhale, we want to expand through the belly and the rib cage. And when we exhale, we want to contract and squeeze everything in and out. So these are belly breaths versus the breaths that we take normally when our shoulders and our chest is rising and falling. And see if you can lengthen the inhale so that they're just as long as the exhale. With each inhale, you're expanding even further through the belly and through the rib cage, creating even more space in the lungs. And really control that exhale. Rather than letting it just all out, let it go slowly, as slow as you can. Maybe you count to 5 as you inhale, and then count down to 5 as you exhale. Taking this time to set some sort of intention for your class, whether it be something physical or it's something mental that you have been thinking about, that you've been ruminating over, and you want to breathe through it and meditate on it. That's what this class is for. It's a moving meditation. So if you do have something that you're setting your intention on, each time you go through this, you go through your postures and find some uncomfortability, some discomfort in the postures, notice the thoughts that are coming into your head and your mind. And those are the sorts of thoughts that we can approach from a unbiased standpoint, because we are just observing them in that moment rather than emotionally reacting to them. Or at least we can strive to do that. We strive to just observe those thoughts as they come in, and then as we breathe out, we can just let them go. And in that practice, this is something that we can take off of the mat in every day of our lives. Where something is bothering us and we react to it, rather than reacting in an emotional way, we can take a step back, take a deep breath, and notice how it's making us feel, and honoring that, but then letting it pass, letting it go, and releasing it. Being able to make sound decisions with a clear mind is one of the benefits that comes with having a regular yoga practice. Take one more round of breath here, inhaling deeply through the nose. And this time, exhaling out the mouth. Draw both of your knees up towards your chest and wrap your arms around your shins. Maybe you clasp opposite wrists or hands. You squeeze your knees into your chest, working the tailbone down towards the mat at the same time. Take an inhale breath here and squeeze. And then as you exhale, release your left leg down towards the mat, resting the heel on the mat. Draw your right knee further up into your chest, and then start to draw it towards your right armpit. Flex into the left foot and extend through the heel of the left foot so that your whole leg is engaged. Take a big inhale here and exhale out. One more breath through the nose. And as you exhale, take your knee over to the left side, draw it across your chest, and drop it over to the left of your mat for a twist, keeping that right shoulder planted firmly on the mat. Your knee doesn't have to reach all the way down towards the floor, but just draw it across the body, over to the left side, keeping your right shoulder down, and then taking your right hip down towards the bottom of the mat. Take an inhale through the nose here, and exhale out. Inhale through the nose, and breathe out. One more breath in through the nose. And then exhale, release. Start to drop both knees back up to center into your chest. Wrapping your arms around your shins, giving yourself another squeeze. Take an inhale through the nose. And then exhale, release the right leg straight out in front of you, resting the right heel on the mat. Flex the right foot and extend through the heel so that your whole right leg is engaged. And then draw your left knee into your chest. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, take your left knee towards your left armpit. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out. Breath in through the nose. And then as you breathe out, take the left knee over across your body, over towards the right side of your mat, keeping that left shoulder planted on the mat. Again, your knee doesn't have to go all the way down. You just want to find that gentle twist, taking the left knee down towards the bottom of your mat. Take an inhale breath here. And breathe out. Breathe in through the nose. And breath out. One more inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, draw both of your knees into center. Wrapping your arms once again around your shins. And then start to draw circles with the knees so that you sort of start to massage that low back space, the sacrum. Inhaling in through the nose. And then exhale, reverse the direction of the circle. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Go ahead and straighten the legs towards the ceiling and flex the feet. So we're in this, we're in sort of this L-shaped position. And we're going to start to lower the legs down towards the mat as slow as possible. So take your arms out to your sides with your palms facing down. Straighten the legs as much as you can with the heels flexed, the feet flexed, and start to lower the heels all the way down until you reach about an inch off of the mat. And then inhale, take it back up, all the way back up to that L shape. And then exhale, slowly lower down until you're about an inch off of the mat. Warming up the core. Inhale, take it back up. And exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. And exhale, lower. We're going to do about 5 more. Inhale, up to the ceiling. And exhale, lower. Keep the feet flexed, keep the legs straight. Inhale, back up. And exhale, lower. This is with control, not sinking or not letting the legs go heavy, just keeping strong and straight. Exhale down towards the mat. Inhale back up. We got 2 more of these, and exhale, lower. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale back up. And exhale, lower all the way down this time. Releasing the heels on the mat. Reach your arms overhead so that you're extending in opposite directions. Like this is the first stretch of the morning. Point your toes. Reach opposite directions with the hands and the arms. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, curl your knees back up into your chest. And then just take your feet up. You don't need to straighten the legs here. We're just going to roll out the ankles. So you can hold onto the backs of your thighs. Start to make circles with the ankles. Breathing in through the nose. And then as you exhale, reverse the direction of the circle. One more breath here. And exhale. And then we're going to point the toes as much as we can. So using the strength of your toes and the insoles and the arches of your feet, point your toes as hard as you can. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, flex them back as hard as you can. Even the toes. So the toes are coming back as well. Flex, flex, flex. You should feel this a little bit in the Achilles. And then point your toes again. Point your toes as hard as you can. You might start to cramp up a little bit. And then exhale, we're flexing in the feet. Then start to roll the ankles out again. So a lot of this balance we're going to be on our feet, and you're going to feel a lot of the foot and ankle muscles working. Reverse the direction of the circles. That's why we want to warm these up a little bit in the beginning and stretch them out. Okay, and then release. Start to rock and roll up and down the spine. Here's a fun little transition for you. We're going to try to come all the way up to standing. So get some momentum. And when you're ready, all the way up. Nice work. Ellen's doing this with us. Okay, so on your inhale breath, reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, fold all the way down. Bend the knees. Take your feet hips width distance apart if they aren't already. And then just rest your thighs, or rest your chest on top of your thighs. Grab opposite elbows. And let your spine, your neck, and your head hang super heavy. Come to the ball mound of your foot. So the balls of your feet is where most of your weight should be at this moment. Start to sway side to side. And start to feel that shifting of the weight in your feet as you rock side to side. And just take your awareness there. Notice the balance on one side to the next. Notice the pressure of the mat coming up on your feet. Just focus all of your awareness to your feet right now. And then start to shift back and forth. So on the toes and then the heels. So weight comes onto the heels and then onto the toes. We're shifting back and forth. Rocking onto our feet. And then just come to settle and stillness. Release the hands and then bend back into the knees, and we're going to start to curl all the way up to standing. Your head comes up last. Shrug your shoulders into your ears and then drop your shoulders and your shoulder blades down towards the bottom of your mat. Take your feet about hips width distance apart. Flex the toes, and then with your starting with your pinky toes, slowly roll your toes all the way down so you can feel that grip of the toes on the mat. And then start to rock on all four corners in a circle. So like we did before, we're just feeling all four corners of our feet right now, feeling the stability of our feet. Sort of curl your toes under so that you're gripping the mat, and really focus your awareness on that stability. On your inhale breath, reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bend the knees and dive forward, forward fold, all the way down. On your inhale breath, just lift up halfway, placing the hands on the shins, and see if you can get your spine long and straight. And then exhale, fold. Plant your hands on the mat, step back into plank pose. High plank, our shoulders are right over our wrists. If you would like to lower your knees, if this is too much for you, please do that. Take an inhale breath here. As you exhale, shift your shoulders past the tips of your fingers. Start to bend your elbows, keeping them flush to the sides of your ribs. Lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your back toes. Take an inhale breath and lift your chest and shoulders off of the mat. Stay light in the hands. So no weight in the hands here. We want to press the tops of our feet into the mat and our pubic bone into the mat. And then exhale, release your forehead down. Inhale, come up to tabletop position. Exhale, tuck your toes under, press back into downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, take a look at your hands. Spread your fingers as wide as they possibly can go. And press into the bottoms of the knuckles on your feet, on your hands, to release a little bit of that tension in your wrists. Press firmly into the palms of the hands so that you get light in the wrists and extend your spine even straighter. Work your heels down towards the mat. They don't have to touch all the way down. Keep a slight micro bend in the knees. Pull the low belly and draw the ribs together. Your ears are and your biceps. Roll the biceps up towards the ceiling and your triceps down towards the mat. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, walk your feet towards the front of your mat to meet your hands. On your inhale breath, come up halfway, finding that long, flat spine. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. The arms come overhead. And then exhale, hands come through prayer down to the center in front of your heart. Again, start to rock on all four corners of the feet. Grip the mat with your toes. Find that stability, that balance. On the inhale breath, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, plant the hands onto the mat. Step back into plank, high plank. Either lower the knees or stay in high plank. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, shift your shoulders past your fingertips. Lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, untuck your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. Pull your chest through your shoulders. Press into the tops of your feet. Lift your kneecaps off of the mat. And then exhale, press back up into downward facing dog. Inhaling through the nose. Spread your fingertips wide. Exhale out. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, walk your feet to meet your hands at the front of your mat. On your inhale, we come up halfway. And on the exhale, we fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Come all the way up with your arms reaching towards the ceiling. And then exhale, hands come through center in prayer in front of your heart. Find all four corners of your feet. Grip the mat with your toes. On the inhale breath, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise halfway. And then exhale, fold. Plant your hands on the mat. Step back into high plank. Either lower the knees or stay in high plank. Inhale, breath. And then exhale, shift your shoulders past your fingertips, lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale breath. And breathe out. Breathe in through the nose. And breathe out through the nose. Last breath, inhale through the nose. And then exhale, walk, step, or hop towards the front of your mat to meet your hands. On the inhale, we rise halfway up. And on the exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. The arms come overhead. And then exhale, hands that come through prayer. Come through center to prayer in front of your heart. Okay, so here's where the balance work starts. So start to shift the weight into your left foot and then release your right heel off of the mat. So we're finding a little bit of balance and feeling the grip of the mat with our toes on our left toes. Take a soft bend into that left knee and then just lift your right knee to a 90-degree angle. Take an inhale breath here and exhale out. With control, inhale. As you exhale, bend into that front knee. With control, start to step the right foot back to a high lunge. Nice. So in a high lunge, our front knee is at a 90-degree angle, and our back knee is slightly bent so that we can have as neutral of a pelvis as possible. So we don't want to tip our pelvis forward. We want to bend that knee so we can bring the frontal hip points up towards the ceiling, towards the front of the room. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, sit a little bit lower in that front knee. Inhale through the nose, and exhale. As you exhale, we're going to bow forward to a 45-degree angle, and then fly our arms behind us with our palms facing down. So most of the weight is in our front foot. Our back heel is extending towards the back of the room, with a strong extended right leg. Take an inhale breath here. Exhale out. Take one more inhale breath. And as we exhale, we're going to step back forward into that knee with our right knee up at a 90-degree angle. Take an inhale breath here. And as you exhale, see if you can extend that right leg straight. This might be super hard. If you don't want to do that, if that's too uncomfortable for you, keep the knee bent. We're holding here for 3, 2, 1, and release that right foot down towards the mat. Take a forward fold, exhale. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into high plank pose. Lower halfway down or all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or low cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, walk your feet towards the front of your mat. On the inhale, we come up halfway. And on the exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. And then exhale, hands come through prayer in front of your heart. Shift the weight to your right foot and lift your left heel off of the mat. Start to reach that left knee up. So your leg is at a 90-degree angle. We have a soft bend in the right knee. Feel the grip of your right toes in the mat. So really feel all 4 corners of your feet pressing into the mat. Take an inhale breath. And then with control, we're going to step back into high plank pose. The left leg goes back, bend into that front knee, and step back into high lunge. So again, we want to find that right knee tracking right over the left ankle or the right ankle. Our left knee is bent so that we can have more of a neutral pelvis, and then take our arms up towards the sky. Take an inhale breath, and then exhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper into that front leg. Inhale here. And then exhale, start to reach forward, find that 45-degree angle, and then fly your arms back with your palms facing down. Pull the low belly off of the chest. And then more weight is into the big toe side of your front foot here. Extend through the back heel, extend that left leg straight. Take an inhale breath. Exhale out. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, reach your arms forward. We're going to step up with that left knee up at a 90-degree angle. Take an inhale. And then if you'd like to straighten the front leg, exhale and straighten. Drop that left hip so that it's in line with the right. Take an inhale breath. In 3, 2, 1. And then release the left foot to meet the right and fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank pose. Lower halfway or all the way down, chaturanga, push up. Inhale, upward facing. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then as you exhale, walk your feet towards the front of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Arms come up overhead. And then exhale, hands come through center to prayer. Start to shift the weight into your left foot, releasing the right heel, and then pick that right heel or the right knee up to a 90-degree angle at hip height. Soft bend in the left knee. Take an inhale breath. Feel all 4 corners of your left foot. Inhale. And then slowly, as you exhale, with control, step back into high lunge with the left or right foot back, left foot forward. Inhale, reach your arms to the ceiling. And then exhale, start to tip forward 45 degrees and fly the arms back with the palms facing down. Pull the low belly off of the thigh. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. Strong back leg. Pull that kneecap up so that your quads are flexed. Inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, start to reach your arms forward and then step back up into that one-legged stance with your right knee up off of the mat. Take an inhale breath. And if you'd like to extend that right leg straight, go ahead and do that. Exhale out. 3, 2, 1. And then release the foot down towards the mat. And then bow forward, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, plant the hands on the mat. Step back into high plank pose. Lower halfway or all the way down, chaturanga push up. Inhale, upward facing. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale breath. And exhale. walk your feet towards the front of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, come up all the way with your arms overhead. And then exhale, hands come through center to prayer. Start to shift the weight to your right foot. Release the left heel. And then reach the left knee up towards the sky. 90-degree angle with that leg. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, arms come up overhead. Oh, I'm adding this on here. Start to bend into that front knee, and we're going to slowly, with control, step back into high lunge with our arms overhead. Take an inhale breath. Exhale out. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, start to tip forward. And then fly your arms behind you, palms facing down. Pull the low belly off of the thigh. Extend through that left leg, strong and straight. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling out. Inhaling through the nose. And as you exhale, start to reach the arms forward and step up into that one-legged mountain pose. Our left knee is at a 90-degree angle. Take an inhale breath. And if you would like to straighten that left leg, go for it. Drop the left hip so it's in line with the right. Keep a soft micro bend in that right knee. Take one more breath. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, release the left foot down, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, plant your hands behind you. Step back into plank pose. Lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, walk your feet towards the front of your mat. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, come up all the way to standing. The arms come up overhead. And then exhale, hands come through center in front of our heart. Start to shift the weight into, which side? Left or right? Right foot? Yes. Yeah, okay, sorry. Start to shift the weight into your right foot and release the left heel. And then take that left knee up. Wait, are you sure? We already did that. Okay, we already did that. So on the other side, sorry. Weight into your left foot and take your right knee up to a 90-degree angle. So we're going to add on from here. Yeah, okay. Take an inhale breath, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, step back into that high lunge. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, start to tip forward, 45-degree angle. Fly the arms behind you. Take an inhale breath. Exhale out. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, reach your arms forward. We're stepping back up into that one-legged Tadasana, mountain pose. And this time, you're going to grab the knees. So you have two options here. If you were able to straighten that leg and you feel like your hamstrings are open enough, take your peace fingers and take your left hand to your left hip, and then take your peace fingers to wrap around your big toe on your right foot. And then stand up straight and take your knee into your, sort of up to your chest, and then start to straighten that leg. If this is inaccessible for you, just take your knee, or wrap your right hand around your right knee. So we're either here or we're here. Take an inhale breath, exhale out, and then we're going to start to open that right knee or the right leg towards the side of the room. So I'm going to face this way to show you. And the goal here is to keep your spine as long and straight as possible. So we're opening our leg towards the side of the room. You either are here and then here, or here and then here. Woo! And then we're coming back to center. I'm going to just hold my knee for now. And then take your left hand and place it on the outside edge of your right knee. And then we're going to start to twist our shoulders open to the right side of the room. And then take our right arm back towards the back of the mat. If you are in this extended posture, we're grabbing the outside edge of our foot Take one more breath here. And then exhale. We're coming back to center. Release the foot, and then forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat, step or hop back into high plank, lower halfway down or all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale breath here. And exhale out. Walk your feet towards the front of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Arms come overhead. And then exhale, hands come through center in front of your heart. Shift the weight into your right foot and then lift that left knee up for one-legged mountain pose. Take an inhale breath, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, we're stepping back into high lunge. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, start to tip forward and fly the arms back, palms down. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, start to reach forward, and we're stepping back on the right foot for that one-legged Tadasana. You can stay here and take that knee, left knee with the left hand, or you can take your peace fingers and grab the big toe of the left foot and extend the leg straight out in front of you. Keep a soft bend in that right knee. And then maybe you start to open to the side of the room. Again, if you have the knee, you're here. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, return it to the front. This is where the balance comes in. You can either grab the outside edge of your left foot with your right hand and take your left arm back, so we're in that twist, or grab the knee anywhere that you are in this posture. One more breath here. And then exhale, return to center. Just release that left foot and then forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, hands come down towards the mat, step back into plank. Lower halfway or all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, walk your feet towards the front of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, arms come overhead. And then exhale, hands come through prayer. Inhale, start to shift the weight into your right foot. Left foot? Left foot. Start to shift the weight into your left foot so that your right knee comes off of the ground. Into that one-legged Tadasana. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, step back into high lunge. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, start to tip forward. Fly the arms back. Exhale. Inhale here. And exhale out. Inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, the arms come forward. Step back into that one-legged mountain pose. Either grab the knee or the big toes. Extend the legs straight out in front of you. Take an inhale breath. And face you again. And then as you exhale, open up to the side of the room, the right side. Maybe your arm comes out to the side this time. And then you also could be here. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, start to return that foot to center. Grab the outside edge of your knee or your foot with your left arm. And then start to turn your shoulders to face the right side of the room. Maybe the right arm extends back. Take an inhale breath. Really find length in the spine here. So reach the crown of your head towards the ceiling. And then exhale, return to center. And then release the foot. And then bow forward, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, halfway lift. And then exhale, plant your hands on the mat. And then just go through your vinyasa. So high lunge, high plank, lower halfway down. Or all the way. Inhale, upward facing or low cobra. And exhale, downward facing. Inhaling through the nose. And exhale out. At any point in this class, you can always take child's pose to rest, by the way. Start to walk your feet towards the front of your mat. Inhale, come up, halfway lift, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, come all the way up. And then exhale, hands come through center. We're shifting the weight into our right foot. Thanks, Ellen. And lift the left knee off of the mat. Inhale, hands come up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, start to step backwards, high lunge. Inhale here. And then exhale, start to tip forward, fly the arms back. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Step into that right foot and lift the left knee up. One-legged Tadasana. Taking that right hand to the right hip and the left hand to either the knee or the big toe. Extend that, extend that leg straight out in front of you or keep the knee. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, open up to the left side. Maybe your arm comes out for balance. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, return it to center. Grab the outside edge of your knee. Ooh. Grab the outside edge of your knee or your foot with your right hand. And then start to reach that left arm behind you for that twist. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, start to turn to center. Release that left foot. And then fold. Inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. However you want to get there, you can either go straight there or go through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out. Walk your feet towards the front of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. And then exhale, hands come through center to prayer. So we're going to add on more from here. Start to shift the weight into your left foot and reach your right leg up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then as you exhale, start to tip back and step back into that high lunge. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, tip forward and fly the arms back. Inhale through the nose and exhale out. Inhale through the nose and exhale. As you inhale, reach your arms forward and step onto that left leg. Reach the right knee up, one-legged Tadasana. So we're going to take your left hip or your left hand to your left hip and then reach for either the right knee with your right hand or the big toe. Extend the leg straight or keep the knee bent. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, open your leg to the side of the room. Extend your left arm straight. And you could have your knee bent here as well. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, start to bring it forward to center. Grab the outside edge of your foot with your left hand and reach your right arm behind you. You could also be grabbing your knee. Take an inhale breath. And then as you exhale, we're going to turn to center, and then we're going to start to bend that right knee and place the right ankle over the left knee. So we're coming into this like standing figure 4. So our right foot is extremely flexed, and then bring your hands into prayer. And your left knee is bent as well, pretty generously. And basically, the more that you sink down into this and bring your elbows towards your knee and your foot, the deeper of a stretch will get. So you can totally just stay upright here, or if you'd like to come down here for a little bit deeper variation. And notice that my left foot is pointed straight in front. So I'm not angling out to the side or inwards, but I'm feeling all 4 corners of my feet, feeling all 4 corners of the balance here. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, release that right foot down, forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. And then exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. However you want to get there, you can just go straight there. Or take that chaturanga push up to upward facing. And then downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale out. Walk, step, or hop up towards the front of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, come all the way up. I'm just going to face you this time. And then exhale, hands come through center. Start to shift the weight into your right foot. And then lift your left knee off of the mat. So we're at a 90-degree angle. Oh my gosh, should face this way, sorry. On the inhale breath, reach your arms up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, start to step back into that high plank. High lunge. Inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, tip forward and fly the arms behind you. Pull the low belly in, inhale through the nose. And then exhale out. Make sure the knees right over the ankle. Inhale, breath. Reach the arms forward. And then as you exhale, step into that one-legged Tadasana with your left knee up. Turning this way. Okay, so we're going to take our right hand to our right hip, grab the right knee or left knee with our left hand or the left toes. Take an inhale breath and straighten that front leg, left leg. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, open up to the left side. Maybe you reach that right arm to the side as well. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, we're coming back to center. Grab the outside edge of your left foot with your right hand or your left knee with your right hand. And then open up into that twist behind you with your left arm back towards the back of the room. Take an inhale breath. And then as you exhale, start to face forward and bend that left knee so that you rest your left ankle on your right knee into that standing figure four. Woo! All about the balance here. And then we take our hands to prayer. And you can sit as low as you'd like. So the lower that you sit, the more that you take your elbows to your knee and to your foot, the deeper the stretch. And make sure you keep that left foot flexed as possible. We can inhale breath. Exhale out. And one more breath here. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, lift. And then exhale, plant your hands, step back into the downward facing dog, or take that full Vinyasa sequence, lowering halfway, inhaling upward dog, and exhaling downward facing dog. Inhaling through the nose. And then as you exhale, make your way towards the front of your mat. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. The arms come overhead. And then exhale, hands come through prayer. So we're going to work on our final pose is eagle with both of our arms and both of our legs bound. So what you want to do is you want to sit a little bit in a chair pose with your legs about hips width distance apart. Your hands are in prayer in front of you. Start to shift the weight into your left foot and lift that right knee up and cross it over the left. So you can stay here and sort of use that right foot as a kickstand, or if you want to go for the double bind, you sort of really wrap that right thigh over the left, and you try to take that foot behind the ankle. So this is totally up to you, where you want to take this. You can stay here as much as if you need to. If this is enough, stay here with that right foot as a kickstand, or take the full wrap. And then you're taking your right elbow and crossing your left elbow underneath, and then you can stay here with the backs of your hands touching each other, or take the full wrap and see if you can take your palms together. So we're in this full eagle variation. Squeeze your thighs together, squeeze your elbows together, and then take your elbows to shoulder height. And then maybe you sit a little bit lower. Squeeze everything together. Find that balance. There's all four corners in your left foot. Take an inhale breath. Exhale out. Inhale, keep squeezing everything together. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, release everything, fold forward, shake it out. Inhale, come up halfway. And then exhale, fold. And then inhale, come up halfway one more time. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, we're rising all the way back up. Arms come overhead. And then exhale, hands come through chair, hands come through center, sit into that chair pose. Start to shift the weight into your right foot and lift the left knee up and then cross it over your thigh. You can either use that left foot as a kickstand or go for that full wrap and wrap the left. Ooh, that's hard on this side. Woo! So we're here. And then we take the left elbow and the right elbow is coming underneath. So left elbow on top, right arm underneath. Keep the backs of the hands together for level 1. Level 2 is taking the full wrap with the palms together. Squeeze the thighs together, squeeze the knees together, squeeze the elbows together, and then take your elbows to shoulder height. Take an inhale breath, squeeze everything together. Feel the balance of your foot. Take an inhale. Exhale out the nose. Maybe you sink a little deeper in through the nose. And exhale out. One more breath. Inhale. And then exhale, release and fold. Nice work. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold. One more time, come up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, start to come up into your tippy toes. And then just crouch down and curl your body. And tuck your chin into your chest. So our fingertips are on the mat. And we're on our toes, just stretching out our feet. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling out. And then we're just going to come to sit on our butts. So we're coming all the way down. Stretch your legs out long in front of you. You may want to take a blanket. You should be fine. Underneath your sit bones here to just raise your hips a little bit off of the mat. Just, if your hamstrings are a little tight, this is a nice adjustment for this. Take an inhale and reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Find a long, straight spine. Pull the low belly and draw the ribs together. And then start to tip forward. Take a bend into the knees, just a slight bend. And start to reach forward as much as you can, keeping the spine as long as you can. And as soon as you feel like your spine's going to start to curve, then just grab whatever you can, your legs, your shins, your knees, your ankles, whatever you can grab, and come into a seated fold. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out. Inhale through the nose and breathing out. One more breath. On your next inhale, start to rise up, walking your hands up your legs. And then bend the right knee and place the right sole of your foot on the inside of your left thigh. And so that your right knee is sort of open into like a half butterfly. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale breath and start to turn your shoulders to face that extended left leg. Keep the left foot flexed. Inhale here, reach a little bit higher, and then exhale, fold forward. And then don't worry about trying to keep a flat spine here. Just grab whatever you can and pull your chest towards your foot. You should feel the stretch into the right side of your back. Deep breaths here. One more breath here. And then as you inhale, slowly start to rise. Straighten that right leg out in front of you, and then start to bend the left knee. Take the left sole of the foot, or sole of the left foot, and place it on the inside of your right thigh. Your knee is open wide. On the inhale breath, reach your arms up towards the ceiling, and then turn your shoulders to face that extended leg. So our torso is fully facing that extended leg. Take an inhale and reach up a little bit higher, and then exhale, start to fold forward, and then grab whatever you can, and then pull your chest through your shoulders towards your foot, and then see how much you can keep turning your shoulders to face that extended leg. So you should feel this in the left side of your back. Inhaling through the nose. And exhale out. So deep breaths through the nose here. One more breath. And then slowly start to rise. So we're going to turn to face the side of our mats, and we're going to take our legs out wide. Again, you might want to take a blanket underneath your sit bones here. And we want to turn our toes to face the ceiling, keep our feet as flexed as possible, and then really sit up as straight as you possibly can. This requires a little bit of core work here. And then we're going to start to grab your shins for now. Just hold on to something in your legs and see if you can pull your chest forward. So you should start to feel this in the inner groin and the inner thighs. Take an inhale here. If this is plenty for you, stay here. If not, start to walk your hands out in front of you. This is as much as I can go right here. But keep those toes, keep those feet flexed, and see if you can keep your spine as long and straight as possible. So we really want to lead from the chest here when we fold forward. Take an inhale breath through the nose and exhale out. Inhale through the nose and exhale out. One last breath, inhale. And then as you exhale, come back up to all the way up straight, and then just swing your legs out in front of you. We're coming onto our back. Grab a firm pillow. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to be supported. You're going to come all the way down to your back with the soles of your feet on the mat. So the soles of your feet are about hips width distance apart. And then see if you can scoot your butt, your tailbone towards your heels, and your heels back towards your tailbone so that you can reach down with your fingertips and graze the back of your heels. Place the palms flat on the mat and your forearms flat on the mat. Your fingertips are spread wide. On the inhale breath, using the strength of your glutes, your core, your legs, and press and all of that. So press into your feet and lift your hips off of the mat. We're in bridge pose. And then look down at your knees. Make sure that your knees are fully straight. They're not coming out to the side. And then make sure your feet are also pointing straight forward. So using your quads and your glutes and press into your feet as much as you can to lift your hips as high as you can. And then even press into the palms of the hands and into the shoulder blades. Maybe you try to wiggle the shoulder blades underneath you, and maybe you can clasp your hands together underneath your tailbone and use the back of your triceps to press yourself up even higher. Take an inhale breath. Exhale out. Inhale through the nose, lift up a little bit higher, and exhale out. Inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, if you have clasped hands, release that gently and slowly start to lower all the way down so that your tailbone is flat on the mat. We're going to do that one more time. If full wheel is in your practice, I invite you to take that here. If not, we're going to do bridge one more time. So only if you're comfortable doing wheel and you have a back bend practice, now's a good time to take it, but otherwise just follow my cue. So we're coming back into that bridge. So pressing firmly into the bottoms of the feet, lift your hips high, and then start to wiggle the shoulder blades underneath you so that your triceps are on the mat. Maybe you clasp the hands underneath your tailbone, press into the backs of the hands, into the triceps, and lift your hips off of the mat. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, roll your the inner edges of your feet down towards the mat. So we're really making sure that our feet are facing straight forward and our knees are tracking forward as well. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. One last breath. See if you can lift a little bit higher. Squeeze your glutes. And then exhale, release the grip of the hands. Slowly lower all the way down towards the mat. And then take an inhale breath here. And then take your feet wide and then just take your knees together. And release of the sacrum. Take an inhale breath. And exhale out. One more breath here. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale, draw your knees into your chest. Squeeze them into your chest. And then take your arms out wide like a T or like a goalpost. Take an inhale and then drop your knees over to the left. If you can't get your knees all the way down without your shoulder lifting off of the mat, take a pillow and place it underneath your knees. Inhale and exhale out. Couple breaths here. Breathing deeply through the nose. And exhale. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, start to draw your knees back in towards center. Take an inhale through the nose here. And then as you exhale, drop your knees over to the right. And again, if your left shoulder is lifting off of the mat, place a pillow underneath your knees on the right side. And deep, deep breaths through the nose here. The more that you can breathe in this position, the more benefit you get from this twist. We're sending all the blood and all the oxygen to our inner organs, through our spinal column. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, start to return your knees to center. Give yourself one more final squeeze. Maybe you're rocking side to side to massage the sacrum, the low back once again. Let's take an inhale breath. Give ourselves one big final squeeze. Wrap your arms around your shins and take your chin to your knees, forehead to your knees. And then as you exhale, release into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Your heels come on the mat. Your head rests down. Your arms come to your side with your palms facing up. Press into the back of your head to lift your shoulder blades off of the mat and tuck them underneath you. Press into the back of your heels to tuck your tailbone, lift your tailbone and tuck it underneath you. Let the outside edges of your feet roll down towards the floor. Close your eyes. Let go of any breath control that you have. And then let go of any tension that you're feeling anywhere in the body, anything that you're still holding on to, any gripping. Maybe it's in the low back, maybe it's in the shoulders, the hands, the feet. Let go of anything that you're holding on to so that your body is fully relaxed. It's not very often that we can just lay and relax like this unless we're going to sleep. So enjoy this final pose. You stay here as long as you need. I recommend 5 minutes. And just stay here and enjoy the benefits of the practice. I am going to end the video, but please stay here. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.